We will be starting now with the chapter 11, Introduction to Organic Chemistry. And in the first section, we will be talking about carbon compounds. So first of all, what is organic chemistry? Organic chemistry is the chemistry of carbon compounds. So we will be studying compounds which contain the element carbon. Life on our planet is based on carbon, and organic means to do with living beings. Nowadays, many carbon-based materials, such as plastics and drugs, are made synthetically, so they are not found naturally on Earth. And there are large industries based on synthetic materials. Actually, we have more compounds of carbon known than those of all other elements put together. So, what is special about carbon? This is a carbon atom. The atomic number of carbon is 6, which means that it has 6 protons inside the nucleus, and because it is a neutral atom, it will have 6 electrons. The electron configuration is 2, 4, which means that it has 2 electrons in the first energy level and 4 outer electrons. Carbon is a p-block element, and it is a nonmetal. So because carbon has 4 outer electrons, it can form 4 covalent bonds. So each electron of these will form one covalent bond. If we examine the carbon-carbon bond, we will find that they are relatively strong. So the enthalpy of a carbon-carbon bond is equal to 347 kilojoules per mole, and it is nonpolar. On the other hand, the carbon-hydrogen bond is also strong, so it has an enthalpy of 413 kilojoules per mole, and it is relatively nonpolar. So we will have carbon atom bonded to hydrogen atoms, and this carbon atom will be bonded to other carbon atom, and so on. So this will be called a hydrocarbon chain, and these hydrocarbon chains will form most organic compounds that we know. Let's talk now about bonding in carbon compounds. So we know that for a compound to be stable, it must have 8 electrons in its outer shell. So in all stable carbon compounds, carbon will form 4 covalent bonds, which means that it has 8 electrons in its outer shell. So each covalent bond represents 2 electrons. So if we have 4 bonds, then this is a total of 8 electrons. So this atom will be stable. Actually, the carbon atom can attain stability through bonding in different ways. Let's examine these ways. In the first case, the carbon atom will form 4 single covalent bonds. So each bond between this carbon atom and this hydrogen atom, for example, is 2 electrons only. So we have 4 bonds, and this is a total of 8 electrons. This is methane, CH4. Moreover, carbon can only have 8 outer electrons by forming 2 single bonds and 1 double covalent bond, such as in ethene or ethylene, its common name. So we have C2H4. If we examine this carbon atom, we will find that it has 2 single bonds with 2 hydrogen atoms, so one with each, and it has 1 double bond with another carbon atom. So let's count the electrons. Remember that each bond of them represents 2 electrons. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this is a total of 8 electrons, which means that this carbon atom is stable. Carbon can have 8 outer electrons also by forming 1 single covalent bond and 1 triple covalent bond, such as ethene or acetylene. So we have C2H2. This carbon atom has 1 single bond with 1 hydrogen atom, and it has a triple covalent bond with another carbon atom. If we count the electrons, we will have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and this is a total of 8. So carbon can have 4 single bonds, or 2 single bonds and 1 double bond, or 1 single bond and 1 triple bond.